Division, Central Region of Cameroon. The victims, aged 6, 30 and 69, are reported to have inhaled gas emanating from the generator that was in one of the rooms in the house. Sources say the bodies were discovered by the son of one of the victims, who alerted elements of the firefighting brigade. Now, 4 traffickers of human bones aged 20 and 21 were presented to the press yesterday by the Gendarmerie region in Bonanjo Douala. They were caught in possession of a complete human skeleton dug in Koktamo Nun Division, West region of Cameroon, and transported to Douala for sale. According to the head of Anti-Organized Crime Brigade, Major Senior Warrant Jiki Duade, they received information on human bone trafficking, leading to the arrest of 4 of the 7 suspects who unearthed the bones and were in search of a client on Facebook. Further investigations revealed that the human skeleton are those of someone who died 3 years ago in Koktamu, and the suspect had to sell the bones to the tune of 15 million CFA francs. Now, Prime Minister, Head of Government Dr. Joseph John Gute yesterday, October 7, chaired the first ordinary session of the National Decentralization Board for the 2020 financial year via video conferencing. Created on December 2019, bearing the General Code of Regional and Local Authorities, the National Decentralization Board is responsible for monitoring and evaluating implementation of the decentralization process. During yesterday's first ordinary session, Prime Minister Dr. Joseph John Gute and members of the board examined the financial, judicial, and infrastructural conditions to be fulfilled for a smooth implementation. Out of the country, the United Nations has warned that continued invoking of ethnic affiliations and hate speech in Guinea election campaigns could lead to violence. The UN rights boss Michelle Bachelet, an acting special advisor on the prevention of genocide, have urged candidates to refrain from hate speech. President Alpha Condé, who is seeking a controversial third term, is largely backed by Malinke people, while main opponent is backed by Fulani people, raising fears of violence as elections are due for October 18, 2020. So far, at least 50 people have been killed during demonstrations against President Alpha Condé's third term bid, according to Amnesty International. Over in South Africa, rallies have been taking place in cities across South Africa as part of a nationwide strike called by the main trade unions body Congress of South African Trade Unions, dubbed COSATU. Members of COSATU marched to the National Treasury in Pretoria, demanding an increase in pay for civil servants, better protection for health workers, and an end to corruption, as most South Africans have lost their jobs because of coronavirus pandemic. Now, authorities in South Sudan have suspended the renovation of the Juba National Stadium, a project sponsored by the World Football Governing Body FIFA, after a partial collapse of the facility on Tuesday during construction. The renovation of the 75,000-seater stadium, estimated to cost $6 million, was expected to be completed by the end of this year, before the partial collapse of the stadium. Now, the mayor of Tunisia's capital, Tunis, has announced a nighttime curfew will be reinstated for 2 weeks in a series of restrictions initiated to control the spread of coronavirus, which has significantly risen in recent weeks. According to the mayor, the curfew will start on Thursday and run from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. on weekdays and 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. on weekends, while weekly markets and Friday prayers have also been banned. Following spike in figures, there has been concern that the country's health sector could significantly struggle if the infection rate does not slow down. We've come to the end of the morning edition of Prime Flash on Ma Media Prime Television. It was compiled and produced by Kumponji and presented by Fonquita. Up next, it's In the House with Gladys and Eileen Summer. Stay tuned to more programs on Ma Media Prime Television, and at 3:30 p.m. I'll be back with what's making news in and out of the country.